Hello and welcome to I've Seen Everything, where the name is ironic and the reactions are haunting. Hello everyone, my name is Andrew and I'm really glad to have you here with me today. Today, folks, we are going back to a franchise that is certainly near and dear to my heart as someone who grew up in the 80s and 90s. I spent quite a bit of time watching the first two Ghostbusters movies. I've found out in recent years there are people who didn't like the second Ghostbusters movie as much. I'm always surprised by that. I loved both of them. Anyway, not going to take this opportunity to go into the reboot as much. I will say that I'm not necessarily as hard on it as some other people are, though I do certainly think it had some issues. Ghostbusters Afterlife, I loved. I thought it was a great entry into the franchise. I thought it was a great way to pick up the threads of the past, to pay tribute to that, while also moving into the future. I felt it was a great blend of those two efforts. I'm really hoping that Ghostbusters Frozen Empire continues upon that, builds upon that. I had intended to see this movie in the theater when it was out. I just somehow did not get to the theater in time to do so. But I'm glad that means I can sit here and experience watching it for the first time with you today. So before we get underway, please be sure to go ahead and hit the like and subscribe buttons down there. Click the bell so you can see when I put out new videos. Let's quit waiting. Here we go. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I mean, lightning doesn't usually just jump scare you like that. This already looks kind of surreal. And we're seeing the old, well, okay, I guess it's really old. I was going to say we're seeing the old firehouse for the first time in a while, but this is back before the Ghostbusters, presumably. That does not appear to be smoke, at least not the traditional kind.
It's freezing.
It apparently really freezing. Yeah, dude almost lost a hand. This is kind of the opposite of what the fire department does. Ooh. Dude lost a hand, cranking the phonograph. Yeah, I wouldn't touch stuff. I mean, it's almost like they haven't seen scary movies before. Yeah, I was gonna say that person didn't look dead. Okay, a very strange metal orb with shifting letters, it looked like. Solid monster structure there, glowing eyes in the dark. All right, the Ecto-1 is back on the streets of New York.
Fight!
Yeah, dude, you're a long way from Oklahoma. You might want to be careful.
Can we get some air going back here? It's like a furnace.
I can open a door.
No!
It seems like the Ecto-1 has some functional issues, which is not a good time for it when you have ghosts popping out of the sewer. It doesn't seem like a vehicle that would be the best as far as maneuverability.
You stay inside this car.
I have a ghost to bust.
I think that's no.
That was cool.
Did they ever say who built the gunner seat onto the thing? Because that certainly wasn't in the first two movies. It's also an interesting time to be having a family fight. The way they've done the effects in these movies for this one and Afterlife, it really works well. They've made some updates that make a lot of sense, but they also have a very similar feel to what you're used to with the Ghostbusters movies.
Pop it, Trev!
Pop it, Trev. Got a nickel for every time I heard that. Yeah, what's the range on the traps? Like, how low down do they have to be?
Out of range on it.
You just answered it. You see, this is a perfect update. A ghost trap on a drone. Makes sense. Modern technology. There you go.
Later, Gator.
Very effectively done.
Yes!
Yeah, I might want to stop. It's a very unwieldy... Yeah, e-bikes. It's a very unwieldy vehicle for New York City streets. He's took out like 20 e-bikes.
It's a high-speed ghost chase. I'm surprised nobody got killed.
Well, somebody did. The ghost.
It's the Statue of Liberty debacle of 1980.
Debacle. You know, that is something I don't know if they ever talked about, is how they got the Statue of Liberty back in place.
An entire fleet of rental bikes.
Oh, geez, I recognize that voice. Walter Peck.
You have someone hanging out the side of a moving vehicle, firing a laser gun indiscriminately.
It's never ceased to amaze me. They have ghosts roaming around and they criticize the people who are fighting them.
How old are you?
15.
A minor.
How did this guy become mayor, is what I want to know.
And what exactly is your relationship? Are you her parent?
Adjacent. Parent adjacent.
No, I'm her step teacher.
Step teacher.
You are her employer.
No, we don't pay her.
Not really helping.
And I won't stop until that firehouse you call a home is a pile of bricks.
Well, technically, I mean, what is a building but a pile of, like a strategic pile of bricks, you know?
I'm a Ghostbuster. I saved the world.
Well, I like to think we saved the world.
You were a possessed canine.
Ghost dog!
Very true. And she stood up against Zool on her own.
Be young. Live a little.
Make some mistakes.
You have the rest of your life to be a Ghostbuster.
She's going to make mistakes. It's going to be being a Ghostbuster.
And I was studying earthquakes in Oklahoma. Then I went to dinner with your mom and we turned into dogs. Now that's a first date.
We both got some action.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, cool.
And I can be scary.
Yeah, you're a monster.
You have no idea. Don't look at me that way. You left?
Paul Rudd is good at a great many things. I don't know if I've ever seen him effectively be, like, scary or intimidating. Let me know if you've seen anything, like any Paul Rudd movies where he's supposed to be, like, scary or something, because I don't think I know of any. Yeah, that does not look as intended.
There's always room for one more ghost.
I mean, that was a big ghost.
When the light is green. Come on.
Light's about to be red, I feel. Perhaps?
Trap is clean.
So they got that one, but things do not look well.
Rolling in 3, 2.
Podcast screw up.
Ethereal beings, subhuman entities, living humans who may be watching. Welcome to Repossessed.
This is similar to in Ghostbusters 2 when Venkman was hosting that World of the Psychic thing or whatever it was.
That if you like what you see here, please like and subscribe.
I feel seen.
I brought my late husband Harold's watch.
So he's a fortune teller or a medium?
It beeps.
Watches do that.
Harold, beep for the nice man.
Watch is not cooperating.
Oh, sorry, lady. The hammer gets the views.
He was gone anyway. Next!
The hammer gets a... So you crush people's possessions for views on YouTube. Should I try that on this channel?
You're like sleeping down here?
Yeah. Sure beats another boring summer in Oklahoma.
So he lives there, or he's just visiting for the summer now? Oh, I didn't think any survived.
It's a nightmare. Ray smuggled them back from Somerville.
Are they basically just unkillable, no matter what you do to them? Simultaneously cute and horrifying. Very different angle than the original Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
You the weird guy who buys strange old things?
Correct on both counts.
It's all stuff from my grandmother's.
So she was the one in that room in 1904?
30 for the whole lot.
Oh.
And there it is. So is Kumail Nanjiani just going to be a cameo where he's just selling stuff?
I can't part with it for less than $50.
That's so Arabic?
Yeah.
Dollar value just keeps going up as he realizes it's more rare.
Brass objects were used to trap evil spirits.
You think there's something inside it?
I think there's something inside of it with the way this story is being unfolded.
I'm going to take a PKE reading. May I do that?
Thank you for asking.
Instant reaction.
It is burning out your meter. Apparently it didn't like you even knowing that it was in there. I feel like the containment field is about to fail.
I'll take the works.
Sorry, I don't have change.
I think he just wanted to get out of there at that point. I feel like they're going to have to go back to him to try to get, like, history or something.
Shook the whole place.
What do you mean?
Stuffing ghosts in there since 1984?
That's the idea.
It does seem like a problematic concept. Like it just has infinite capacity.
About Winston's engineers. Who are they?
That's not for me to say.
Secret underground ghost busting stuff.
That's right, Gary.
Ominous. Does that have something to do with the future of Ghostbusters? Whatever Winston's working on? Looks fun. I was just going to say in a disgusting kind of way. Why would you stick your finger in that? Some people don't seem to have any sense.
There's something in the attic.
You're an adult, right?
Yeah?
I do like they keep throwing the adult thing back at him.
Yeah, sure, I will.
When you're 18, you are legally an adult, yes, but there needs to be some life experience that comes with being an adult. Slimer. Gotta be Slimer. Big pile of trash, definite ghost in there, gotta be Slimer. Ew.
You're seriously not taking me?
Did she think that they were going to take her anyway? I mean, obviously you know something's going to happen. She's basically the main character of this franchise now. Are we going to have original Ghostbusters die in this? Oh, that's quite a moment. Now that makes me worried he's going to die now. It's kind of this official passing of the torch. He sees it going on without him. Does Ghost Egon show up to play chess with her? That'd be cool. There we go. Although she didn't expect it, so maybe it's not Egon. Which, of course, begs the question, who's playing chess with her then? See, this kind of moment is cute. It's a little spooky, but she's having fun. The music cues. Is it him? No, it's not. It's a ghost teenager.
Hey, you know I'm a ghost, right? Kind of figured when the chess pieces started moving.
Seems disheartened that she's not more impressed.
People run by now. I can leave. No, I'm not saying you have to.
No, I'm not.
Still weird.
It's a very strange interaction to have with a ghost.
Nice. Flames.
Burned alive in a horrifying tenement fire.
Very casual, but I guess she's probably had time to get used to it.
Checkmate.
Phoebe.
And Melody.
She's made a nice little ghost friend.
I'll be 16 for the rest of eternity, unless I complete my unfinished business.
I don't think we've seen...
What is the best part?
Doing this.
I don't think we've seen in Ghostbusters before a relationship with a nice ghost, or a ghost that wasn't scary, that they weren't trying to trap or something like that. Slimer's kind of the closest they've gotten in that he's kind of funny. I wouldn't say cute, but funny and harmless.
Does that help you hear the ghosts?
What helps me listen to the ghosts is silent.
All right, is something trying to get out?
What was your first clue? So, is Melody really a friend, or is she trying to get Phoebe on her side?
The containment unit is essentially a large ghost trap after 40 years of compiling spiritual waste.
Seems an odd way to describe ghosts as spiritual waste.
You created a rift.
Potential gateway to the other side.
Afterlife, which was the name of the last movie.
Okay, so the ghost compactor broke. Can you guys just build a new one?
We already have.
Okay, good to know. I am very glad they have Winston more involved this time. He never got enough screen time.
Paranormal Research Center. Ghostbusting asks a lot of questions. Now we have a place to find the answers.
Expanding the universe, or with Winston at the heart of it.
Lucky!
All right, so she came from Oklahoma too.
Trevor?
And apparently hasn't seen him until now.
I used to have one of these.
Possessed by an evil spin doctor, CD.
That's a funny trick.
Lock onto the spirit, extract it from its host object.
So I feel like whatever that spirit was is headed for the containment unit here next.
Deposit it into our second chamber, where it can be properly disposed of.
Yeah, that's going to be the story, is that these are not trash to be disposed of. Seems like the next logical progression of what the Ghostbusters have been. They can't just keep doing the same thing forever.
How long would it take to move the ghosts from the firehouse to here? If we went trap by trap, 3 to 7 years?
That is quite a while, and I don't think they have that kind of time.
Broke the PKE meter. Good luck extracting whatever's inside it.
I don't think extracting from that is going to go well. Is she going to find her friend trapped in there at some point?
What's in here?
We spent a long time trapping them. Now we can study them.
So that's the question, though. I can see that conflict coming, but I don't know what their answer is. Maybe they cross over to the afterlife?
He's cute.
Less cute. Less cute now.
Possessor can occupy any inanimate matter at once.
But apparently can't get out of that cell. I feel like they've brought that orb exactly where it wanted to be.
Hey.
Yeah, she definitely seems differently affected by this whole thing now. I feel like meeting her friend changed her perspective on a lot of things. Although it should have to begin with. I mean, she was introduced to her grandfather this way. She's already encountered nice ghosts. So I guess I answered my own question from earlier.
Am I doing something wrong? I fixed it.
Literally just unplugged.
Trying to get her out of her funk. He cares about her.
Just temporary. Time flies by.
Yeah, it's not helping, but you mean well.
Well, now I'm your.
Well, I guess that is the question too. What are you to this family then?
Ghostbusters.
Phoebe going on a solo mission. Did I mention this girl took on Zool by herself?
All right, we're back, baby.
Haven't seen a lot of podcasts in this so far.
If you're good later on, you'll get a tennis ball.
Seemed excited about the tennis ball.
What you got in you?
Stuff's about to pop off, folks. Can tell. Feel like they're going to extract a bit more than they bargained for here.
Something wrong?
The ghost was trying to warn him not to do it. Yeah. Saying that this is bad. Yeah, here it comes. This is a bad sign, folks.
For the generators to warm back up. Until then, the proton fields are down.
Awesome. I'm sure there's no problem that's going to come from that.
Do you hear that?
The orb you were trying to extract from is actively moving, and the other ghosts appear afraid.
Lars, why haven't the ghosts escaped yet?
Or maybe they're not afraid. Maybe they're just biding their time until they can get out. There you go. Lars, that was a bad idea, I feel. Yeah, he might lose a hand on that one.
This is the place.
Also, how are these people going to feel when two teenagers roll up to help them with their ghost problem?
You here for the ghost?
I was about to ask if someone called in a prank. It's a friend.
Boom.
This is going to change things.
Blasting! Who's the third wheel?
Fire! What are you doing?
She wasn't going to shoot her friend. That's what she's doing. Maybe she lied about her name? Yeah, I don't think you're going to hide from it by hiding it under there. But I do now wonder if Melody is trying to play Phoebe for something. Also, I don't think she needs you to open the window.
I have great aim.
Cool.
This is a funny relationship, though. She did come back, though.
Do you want to hang out?
You're inviting me inside your ghost extermination headquarters. Is the rest of this place a school, or...?
I wanted to think that we're headed somewhere good here, but I don't know if I can trust her. Or if she's just trying to use Phoebe to get to, like, the containment device downstairs.
That's Ernie.
I know what this is.
Yeah, I feel like she just used her.
Have you ever wondered what happens
Well, maybe not. Maybe she just wants her to understand.
when we're all done here?
I've seen it.
That's where my family is.
Okay, I trust her a little more now.
That your object.
I thought you used the last match.
Last match burned my family alive, and it was an accident.
Did she accidentally do it?
I'm sorry.
Please?
It's a slower pace to this one getting going so far. I feel, some things threatening, obviously the ice ghost and the orb and all of that, but some interesting directions the story's going too. So is Phoebe's ghost friend going to be instrumental in stopping this ice ghost thing? Because apparently it's not that contained. It's freezing different parts of New York City already. Just a ghost walking down the street. Also, how does a ghost made of fire fare against a ghost that can freeze things?
I'm going as fast as I can.
Oh, she is working for him.
Does it have to be her?
Yeah, she's trying to get to her family, and so she's having to use Phoebe. That's an even deeper thing going on there, is what appears to be a good person kind of forced to do a bad thing, or a good ghost forced to do a bad thing. And the older brother just is trying to trap Slimer. Good luck. They've been trying to trap Slimer since the beginning.
I'm only gonna shoot you in the face.
Only in the face? Well, that's nothing. He can handle that. It's like luring out an animal. I know this Slimer is CG, but they have surprisingly got it to look quite a bit like the original Slimer. I feel like even Slimer as a ghost would be smarter than just some animal being lured out by junk food.
Can you explain this?
No, I can't.
I would say that something is going after the containment unit.
Cool.
Empirically, approaching the mythically cold temperature of absolute zero.
Okay, so apparently he didn't lose his hand, but it's injured.
I think it's commanding the other ghosts with some sort of mind control.
All right.
It turns the mini Marshmallow Men into its followers. Containment unit is down.
Where the hell did you guys get this thing?
A lot of locks. Oh, so we do see him again.
Did you recently sell a collection of family artifacts?
That money's gone. We're not looking for a refund. Come on.
Easy to get an invitation in. So this guy's just trying to sell anything and get his hands on.
That came from my grandmother's special back room. But I'm not supposed to take anybody back.
But he's about to. Because if they might buy something, then they're singing his song.
Nice sex dungeon.
Would a sex dungeon have these chains?
Found this room after she died while I was looking for some Pop-Tarts.
That's considerably more than Pop-Tarts that you found.
What does that mean?
It means you're coming with us.
It means that you need to be studied further.
I had a question I wanted to ask you.
What's your experience with ghost friends?
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a ghost?
Every day of my life, dear.
Especially with Egon. I imagine he wondered about his friend. I don't think Phoebe's going to die, but they are kind of leaning toward it right now.
Ancient verbiage. I know a guy who could help us.
Uh-oh. Who are we pulling out?
Aren't you benched?
Aren't you retired?
Ghost detectives. Different than Ghostbusters. New spinoff. I don't know about the vehicle yet. Ecto C. That's funny. That's adorable. Behind the ghost busting, they have their little detective story.
It's just a garden variety test.
There he is.
Puppies. Love them or kill them?
That's quite a question and a very broad range.
I love them.
That's one correct. Have you ever experienced deja vu?
No.
I don't know anyone who hasn't experienced that.
Have you ever experienced deja vu?
Okay.
Don't throw any more pens at me. I want to eat any.
It's asking about eating children, throwing pens.
Perfect. Normal reaction.
And the fire doesn't like it behind him.
Okay.
So that's what they're testing.
What are you staring at?
He's controlling the fire. I think whatever's going on with him, he's pretty clearly not aware of it. Or is this the library with the beginning of the first one?
5 people in the world can understand these words.
He's apparently one of them.
After Yar and Gary put you up to this, it's already dead. What? No.
This language has been dead for thousands of years. How did you get this recording?
If it's been dead for thousands of years, then how does he know what it sounds like spoken?
Came from this mysterious object. Come with me to the library.
Are we not in the library?
Apparently not.
Welcome to the old library.
That seems a lot more age to it.
A magical prison for a phantom god called Garaka.
Strong name. I think that Garaka's horns were in that brass room, if I'm remembering right.
Kusharat Umoti.
Oh, now it makes sense.
The death chill.
So cool. Met his match, the Fire Masters.
Fire Masters, aka OG Ghostbusters. And the orb is the original ghost trap.
Manhattan Adventurers Society. They played this chant, which opened the orb.
It seems like a good thing to just be playing. I really hope they didn't bring the orb with them.
Froze to death in the middle of July.
Is it going to be enough that this is playing anywhere, or that it frees Karaka from the orb? Oh, it stowed away. Oh, it's trying to protect them. Okay, it's either trying to protect them or it's trying to get the wax cylinder to Karaka. Although it's not going to count for much if it doesn't have a device that can play it. That's a fun callback. So they never caught her? The first ghost he saw in that library and they never caught her? That's a clever device, using a garbage bag as a being to basically run away.
Now it'll be impossible to find.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, it can't really, unless it's going to inhabit the cylinder itself, I guess. Oh, I was dumb. Inhabiting the lion. That's quite an upgrade.
Push the button! Ah!
Revenge of the little possession ghost. That seemed a little rude. I mean, I know this lion's the bad guy here, but... Yeah, that's not going to help. The cops showing up, I mean. Okay. So the wax cylinder's been destroyed. That's overall positive, I would imagine.
The lions, they're iconic. People love them.
Did you not see the possessed lion that jumped at her?
As far as fiascos go, this was just dynamite.
It's not as easy for him to come off as a jerk these days. More so in the original Ghostbusters and Die Hard.
The last time you tried to shut us down, you created a cross rip into another dimension.
Yeah, he's going to come back to him begging.
Miss Spangler, are you going to behave?
She's got some spirit, that's for sure.
You're fired. Honestly, if you weren't a Spangler, you'd be answering our phones.
That's pretty rude.
You might notice that your mom, your brother, and I have been doing everything to try to protect you.
She's brilliant, but she's still just an immature kid. But they also aren't listening to her.
This is supposed to be our golden years. This is the way I want to spend my golden years.
I'm really starting to get worried that Ray's going to die. I'm really starting to get worried about it.
But you need to find a new way to do the things you love before it kills you.
Yeah, that even more makes me feel that Ray is not going to make it out of this alive. Break in. It's not that strong a lock.
Phoebes.
Like, yeah, they barely even have to say anything. They know that you can pick it.
They stole our gear.
Fireball?
Who is he?
Oh, I'm the Damien, quite possibly possessed.
I'm really glad he wasn't just a cameo.
It's the last night in the firehouse.
They're either going to have to go steal their stuff back, or Peck is going to be begging them because some kind of major supernatural event is going to happen.
Stay and fight for this place.
It's not our place.
It is now.
There's something strange
In the neighborhood.
in the neighborhood. Who are they gonna call? There's something weird, and it don't look good. Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
I love that they made the theme song diegetic, that they made it exist actually in the world. They showed them with the man who created it, Ray Parker Jr., I think.
Busted makes Trust me, puking.
That was great. I love that.
Your grandmother was guardian of the orb, the last line of defense against Garaka.
Guardian of the Orb sounds important.
Now it's your turn. You are the fire master.
Does that mean we get him in more movies? That'd be great.
Now, either she didn't tell you about it or you weren't listening.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening. Doesn't seem like the selfless type.
Who are you? Who's that?
You are the fire master.
Is it like the Keymaster at all? Because we saw how that worked out.
It's time for you to claim your destiny, son.
Okay, so that makes sense, though. He's not possessed. He comes from an ancient spiritual line, and that's why they were watching the fire behind him when they were testing him.
Light the candle.
I think we both know that's impossible.
Son, I stopped believing in that word a long time ago.
This makes sense as far as them going into the positive side of the supernatural world, as opposed to just ghost, bad, catch, put in containment unit. I'm enjoying it.
Light the candle? Just like that?
Apparently.
I just do that.
I mean, maybe a little more than that. And how has he never noticed this before?
Indus literature speaks of a sacred fire, a smokeless flame.
I don't know if he's listening anymore, right?
Oh.
Or maybe he was.
I think we're all going to die.
If they're relying on him, they're all going to die, apparently. I'm sure anybody would feel that way in that position.
Phoebe, I just wanted to talk to you about what happened at the police station. I know that was rough.
This is where I think her friend's going to get her to do something bad.
You know, life is rough, but family is the one thing that's there no matter what.
It'd be really good if he wasn't having this conversation to himself, although he doesn't know that.
They're just the people that remind you you have a home.
That's sweet.
I'm really glad we had this talk.
That was very sweet.
Every time I do what I think is right, they just come down on me. That's ridiculous.
I guess she's just casually walking down the street with a ghost, like nobody's going to be like, what the hell's going on?
What? It just sucks that the only person who gets me is a ghost.
Is this a relationship starting? Is this a friend, or does Phoebe have a girlfriend? It's starting to feel more like girlfriend. And I feel like this is what she was trying to do. Yeah, there it is.
What is that thing?
It'll allow us to temporarily exist on the same dimensional plane.
Yeah, this feels like too much of a setup. She's literally locking herself into things. Feel like this was a mistake. Yeah, seemed like a bad idea to begin with. Maybe it worked, but can she get out of there? Yep, all right, well, it worked as she hoped, but will she not be able to get back in? Who knows? That's kind of beautiful in a way. And she's been alone for a long time, probably.
Boo. What's wrong?
No, this is where she has to betray her.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For what?
Human voice is the key, but Garaka can't control humans.
Okay. So Garaka is going to use her as an avatar. But does the 2-minute timer, will it break the connection?
My only chance to see my family again.
Yeah, she won't be able to go through with it, though. She'll sacrifice herself or do something to try to stop him. Because she did legitimately care about Phoebe. She was about to cry right there. Oh, maybe it doesn't matter about the 2 minutes. Maybe he just needed her in order to let him out. Because he's already not possessing her anymore, it doesn't look like. Yeah, that would be Garaka.
Your world will shatter.
Okay. Seems unnecessary, but...
Asshole!
I don't think it's going to work. It's a valiant effort, but... To freeze a proton stream. That is an effective storytelling element. When your enemy completely renders all the tools you have to fight them useless, what do you do?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
The Fire Master.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We're going back to a similar structure to the original movie. The Gatekeeper, the Keymaster. So Garaka is looking for the Fire Master. So he's looking for Kumail Nanjiani to kill him. It's probably a good thing that they got their hands on him when they did. I thought those were his horns. A bit gruesome. You'd figure that would hurt, but apparently not. Yeah, this is giving some Day After Tomorrow vibes. I think Peck's going to be calling him pretty soon. it's pretty ridiculous that they only remember why they need the Ghostbusters when they're in the actual middle of a crisis. Then they avert the crisis and everyone forgets.
It's okay if you guys hate me.
We're worried about you.
We didn't know where you were. You could have been killed.
I trusted somebody that I shouldn't have.
I told you to make mistakes.
Not really some monstrous deity.
Smaller mistake. Tattoos and shoplifting, no ancient malevolent deities. I think her friend is still going to come back and have a heroic moment, but then I think she's going to hopefully go to be able to be with her family.
Typical manifestation of evil, ender of worlds.
Typical one. Happens all the time.
Garaka's coming for the containment unit.
Calm down. We have the Fire Master.
This guy just figured out who he is, and now he has to stand against an army of ghosts. That's pretty good. Probably going to need more than that for Garaka.
Where are our proton packs?
Oh, they have proton packs. But I felt like they already know that that doesn't work. Are these different somehow?
Copper can conduct an electrical field.
There's no copper left in the firehouse.
Then what about brass?
Especially if it's psychically charged.
Interesting. Oh, not the pole. Come on. How can you lose the pole?
Garaka is different. The ancient ghost trappers used brass to trap him.
I don't know if you can melt brass on a stove like that. Seems like it wouldn't get hot enough. But, you know, movies.
Terrific new improvements. Let's get to work.
Come on, Winston. Put it on. There you go. Had to see it. Had to see it. No, I just, more about Winston and Ray's relationship, because at the beginning of 2, they were the ones that were together doing the kids' birthday parties and stuff. They kind of bonded. That's why Winston's continued to look out for Ray, I think.
Here we go.
What does Janine have on her arm? Is that a proton pack of some kind?
Can I be of any help?
Son of a bitch.
Melnitz in uniform.
Bill Murray is always just Bill Murray. And he just comes wandering in like nothing's going on. It's not ominous or anything. Is that the little ghost that was in the lion?
No, possessor.
Peter, get a pack on. What's wrong with you? Pretty clear message. Oh no. And it possessed Ecto-1. Even made the lights red. That's smart. That's a good move. Peter, get a pack on, for God's sakes. That's a determined little ghost. So is it possessed by Grockets? Can those things kill people? Because I think not going to be good. What? Ooh, he's beginning to believe. Clearly. They're not going to have any proton packs left if they keep destroying them. I was going to say now it's going to possess Slimer, but it can only possess inanimate objects. I feel like the containment unit is not going to last much longer.
I never wanted to hurt you. I just wanted to see my family again.
We still have time to stop this.
He's here.
This is good storytelling in that it's not so simple. It's not just clear cut. She's done the ghost, her friend. She's done something wrong, but she's doing it because she's lonely, misses her family. She wants to be with them. You can understand that. But the lengths to which she's willing to go to for it is not acceptable. And you're pulling for her to see the error of her ways. And the character design on this is great. It's something you haven't seen in Ghostbusters yet. Although the firehouse might not survive this.
Garaka can't help you move on. You have to do that yourself.
Well, being nice didn't work.
Can Phoebe's friend or girlfriend, I forget her name, Melody, can she stop him somehow, since she was the one helping him? Yeah, like that. That's what she was trying to say, which is very surprising, I'll give you.
Hold on.
I don't want to hurt you. So how about we call this even?
I don't think he feels threatened.
You are no Fire Master.
Let the record show.
I gave you a chance.
Shoot the proton packs, let him Let him guide the beams.
Dude, did you use all the lighter fluid?
Use your proton packs. You can control that. That's pretty dangerous. Wow. The ghosts are certainly getting out. The whole city's been covered in ice in a matter of, what, a couple hours or less? And now all the ghosts are free. We have reached the crisis, folks. How is this ever going to resolve in any kind of good way? All right, Phoebe. Ooh, that did something. It's always Phoebe. Other people help her, but it's always Phoebe at the heart of it. It's working. It's doing something. The other ones didn't work at all. No. Well, it worked for a little while. Maybe her ghost friend won't be able to forgive herself for... Oh? Oh, was that what the one match is left for? That's poetic. Well, he got his fire. Now what's he going to do with it? That is a significant thing to do with it. Pretty good for someone who's still new at this. There we go, Phoebe. Come on, everyone. Everyone hit him at once. It was her grandfather last movie. Now it's her mom. And all of them.
We can trap him now!
He always ends up in the car with a little Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
We're gonna need a bigger trap. Do you know what we could do? Right, pretend I don't.
I get the feeling that Peter has never really understood what it is they do. He's just kind of been there.
Force the tank to reprime itself. Just do it! We all trust you!
Less explanation, more doing.
I can't hold it much longer!
Yeah, this ain't gonna last forever.
Golden years! Golden years!
Just got those horns back. It's working. Ooh, cut off the fingers. I mean, I guess it's fair. He did freeze the whole city.
When the light is green.
The whole world is clean.
Well, it didn't get to the whole world, luckily. But what are they going to do with it now is the question. A little overwhelmed by what just happened.
You were right. I'll see you in the fabric of the universe.
Yeah, it looks like she's going. I thought she was going to kiss her for a second. Maybe I'm just reading too much into that. I don't know. It seemed like there was more than just a friend thing there. Quite a group. Especially with Kumail rocking his Fire Master outfit. Oh yeah, you love them now, till you get another year or two down the road, and you're like, oh, who needs the Ghostbusters? I mean, they have this on video. They should just play it every year to remind people this is why you need the Ghostbusters.
I'm putting you away for a long time. Heck, you clown. You're never gonna get it, are you?
Mr. Mayor! What do you have to say to the Ghostbusters?
There you go. We had to have reference to that.
Without Phoebe and her family, this whole city would be under 3 feet of ice.
There you go. Look the other way on the child labor stuff.
We are here to answer that call because we are the Ghostbusters.
Winston always should have been the public face of the Ghostbusters, because he knows what it's like to end up doing birthday parties because there's no ghost jobs anymore.
I am the Dean. I am a Fire Master, turns out.
I am a Fire Master, as it turns out. You know, it just happens sometimes. You find that out.
Busting ghosts together. What do you call that? A family.
It's a ghost family of Ghostbusters.
Hey, guys, put on your packs.
All right, Dad.
Hey.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, he'll take it, even if it was an accident.
So go slowly. Look both ways.
All right, well, they're clearly signaling toward more, so... It's also interesting that they're finishing by chasing the same ghost they were chasing when they started, who's chasing Slimer, apparently. Well, I like that. Let's see. This is the kind of thing to have post-credit. Yeah, we got a mid-credit. The gas station in the middle of nowhere. I'm predicting the little ghost that inhabits inanimate objects. Yep. Inhabiting the truck. Buddy, your truck's trying to leave without you. You might want to turn around. Oh, it's them. That's funny. I like what they've done with him since Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's really cute. They're disturbing and adorable at the same time. All right, that's it. Let's go to the wrap-up. Well, I thought that was great. I thought that was a fun movie. There were certain parts of it that seemed like they dragged a little bit, but, you know, they all have moments like that. I feel like maybe the early parts of it didn't move quite as well as Ghostbusters Afterlife did, but they were setting up a decent amount of stuff, expanding the world, expanding what's going on with these characters. I really liked the kind of back and forth between Phoebe and Melody and the questions that asked about what they were doing. I thought they were going to go more into, not just for her sake, but also examining some of the other ghosts that they're catching, that they're all not necessarily malevolent spirits. Some of them are just ghosts that want to go to the afterlife or be with their family, or just, you know, not trying to harm anybody. I really was getting scared that Ray wasn't going to make it through it. They kept alluding to the idea that he had thought about what it would be like to be a ghost, that he was going to get himself killed, all this other kind of stuff. I thought this was, for a minute there, I really thought this was going to be like one last hurrah for Ray, and that we were going to see Ghost Ray at some point in here, like helping them. But to be honest, the way that they're framing this up, that wouldn't necessarily mean he'd be out of the series. I mean, Melody was hanging around for quite a while. Even if Ray had passed away and was a ghost and wanted to stay around to be part of the Ghostbusters, he would have been able to do that. I think with the way they're setting up this universe, it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. Maybe they finally, next movie, whatever it is they end up doing, maybe they haven't fallen into this thing where the Ghostbusters aren't respected anymore, where people forget between, like, you know, big incidents. I mean, they've left it in a place where there's still plenty of ghosts to catch. But it seems like that happens every movie. They start off in hard places at the beginning of the first one. By the second one, people have forgotten who they were, don't care anymore. And then there's a big jump between the second one and Afterlife, obviously. But they always start from this place where people don't know or care about the Ghostbusters anymore, and, you know, don't value what they did. I think there was a cute story surrounding their family, as far as bringing Paul Rudd in to actually become part of their family. I keep calling them by the actor names. I'm struggling to remember all the character names. Anyone else have a problem doing that while you're watching movies? Struggle to remember character names? Anyway, I think that was cute. I think they found lots of fun ways to pay homage to things from the original movies. I liked them bringing in Kumail Nanjiani's character and him being more than just a cameo at the beginning, him actually being one of the people that helped them defeat the villain for this movie. They've set up Patton Oswalt in this universe, or him to play the character he was playing in this universe, to maybe come back in future movies. That's fun. I'm sure he was psyched to be part of this. I'm sure they all were. Yeah, a pretty short one. There's not much else to say about it. It's a decent entry into this. If I was going to rate it, if we're saying that the original Ghostbusters, I put Ghostbusters 1 and 2 on the same level. I know a lot of other people wouldn't do that. A lot of other people think Ghostbusters 2 is nowhere near as good. There are parts of Ghostbusters 2 that I love. There's parts that I think are hilarious. It's different than the first one, but for me, they're on the same level. So if those are both 5s, and if Ghostbusters Afterlife, I think I gave Ghostbusters Afterlife 5. I really think they hit it out of the park on that one. As far as if you're going to try to bring back a franchise after that long, continue that storyline from Ghostbusters 2, or Ghostbusters 1 if you prefer, since it was connected to that ghost. I think that they did a really good job. This one, I don't know if I would put it quite as high. I'm gonna say a 4 on this one. Still really good, really enjoyed it. Hope that they do more. I'll certainly watch more if they do it. I think they've set themselves up well for a future with this franchise. It will be interesting to see where they take it next. But yeah, 4 stars from me on this. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. I appreciate you coming along with me. What did you think of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? And before we get out of here, if you'd be so kind as to go ahead and hit the like and subscribe buttons down there. Click the bell so you see when I put out new videos. We found our way into another franchise, folks. Hoping to do favorite reactions to the original Ghostbusters movies out here sometime soon. Probably the reboot. Maybe that'll be like kind of a second chance thing to see if it's any better on a second viewing. I appreciate you being here with me today, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.